Hi, I'm Paul at Ladybug Happy Homestead, and I wanted to show you today how we take the scraps from our meals and from butchering our rabbits, and we make them into dog food for our dogs. We have two dogs, Stormy and Brody, and they're rather large dogs and they eat quite a bit. And we supplement their dry dog food that we purchase with this dog food. Now here's an example of what we save. When I butcher the rabbits, and then when I piece them out, there's the rib cages that's uncooked. I freeze those. Also, I freeze the liver with the rabbits and the heart, and I save all these for dog food. The other thing we do is when we eat the rabbits, we save the bones, and when we eat chicken or when we eat the turkey for Thanksgiving, we save all that. And this is our turkey that we froze for Thanksgiving, and here's some ham hocks that we got. Actually, this was what was left with a church meal. And then some more chicken, rabbit, and turkey bones. And this is just a bunch of the drippings, turkey drippings, and some corn that we didn't eat. That we saved that and we decided to add it too. And we use our Instapot to make the dog food. So, start out by putting the bones. Actually, we start out by putting water into the Instapot for the directions. Of course, they don't really have directions on how to make dog food, but every one of the directions say add water, so that's important. Usually 1 or 2 cups. In this case, we're only doing 1 because we have this liquid here. And then we put the bones in. All the scraps. I might not be able to hold all of these. Ham hocks and different ham bones. The uncooked rabbit bones. The rest of this. There we go. So we add all that. And then we pour the water in. There's a line in the inside of this that you probably can't see that says the max. That's why it takes them out. I exceeded that. And we've made the mistake of going past that in the past, and it just doesn't cook it. It'll sink down more once it thaws a little bit. We'll save this for the next batch. That's all there is to it. Get my hands off. And then the Instapot, you just turn it on. Now, this Instapot will only go for 4 hours. And it requires about 6 hours to cook this down. So what I'll do is I'll set it for 4 hours, and then once it's done, I'll set it again for another 2 hours. And then I'll take it out and I'll check and make sure that I can smash the bones with my fingers. If I can, it's ready. If I can't, I may put it in for another hour. So this Instapot is really easy to use. All you do is press that. It starts right up at 2 hours. And I just let it go all the way to 4. It's 4 hours. And make this sure that this vent right here is not on vent, but on cook. And that's it. Now we just wait for 4 hours for it to turn off, and then I'll turn it on again for another 2 hours. And that's all it takes. I will be back once this is all cooked, and you'll get to be able to see the finished product as we put it into our Tupperware containers ready for the freezer. Okay, it's been overnight and the dog food has been cooking inside of the Instapot for 7 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and this is what I'm going to store it in. We save these cottage cheese containers. I mark them with an X so we don't accidentally think that they're cottage cheese. And we store them in here. This is about 4 days worth of dog food because we also mix it with regular dog food. So this lasts us about 4 days for our dog. So I'll set some of those out to get ready. But before I can put it in there, you still have to crunch those bones up a little bit. So I'm gonna I'll give you an example of what the bones are like. Here's a bone right here. And you can see I can just crunch it with my fingers and smash it up. All right, so I'm crunching all these up. Let's see if I can. Here's a bone that I just crunch it with my fingers to show you. That's how you can tell it's done. See, this bone would normally be hard, and I'm just able to smash it up with my fingers. Now, if there's some in there that are still not hard enough or not soft enough, then I'll set them aside and it'll go into the next batch, because putting it through the cooker again will certainly make it soft. See, there's a bone, it's just crushing right up. So this is done really good. And I just scoop it into my container. I don't have to smash the bones up completely. They just have to be in smaller bite-sized pieces. And one of the things we really like to do, one of the reasons we like to do this is because it's also biblical. You know, in, I think it's John chapter 6, Jesus says to gather up all the scraps so that none may be wasted. And that's what we're doing. We are gathering up all the scraps and trying to waste as close to none as we can get. And I'll tell you what, my dogs love this. This is a gourmet meal compared to what most dogs are eating, I guarantee that. And this is perfectly safe for dogs. We've been feeding them this for well over a year. They don't get pieces stuck. Never had any issues. Looks like we're going to get at least 6 quarts out of this. Maybe 7, which means a month's worth of food. So we save quite a bit on our dog food by doing this. But it's not really so much for saving it. It's for a couple of reasons. One, it's a lot healthier for them to get this kind of food. And the other reason is they're used to, even though they're having a mix of of regular dog food and homemade dog food, their systems are used to this homemade dog food. So if for any reason we can't get dog food, if there's a problem with the supply chain, for example, we can still make dog food for our dogs. And we're still using up all our scraps. So, well, there's not quite even a container left. I'll take care of that later, but I think you get the idea. So we got 6. I see our dog Stormy came over here. She loves the smell of this. Little black X too. This is more broth than anything. There it is. This is Paul at Ladybug Happy Homestead. Thank you.